Dear Lord, thank you for giving us the ability to go to a Christian school and be able to worship you. And please be with Caleb and the words he's prepared, and help the words that he says to speak to us in a way that you wish them to. Amen. So please give a round of applause for Caleb.
My story starts a lot like how most would in Western Michigan. I grew up in a Christian home, played sports, went to school, went to church on Sunday. I lived a normal, average life. Partway through third grade, that all changed. My parents fought more often than normal, and it all boiled over. My dad came home angry and led to him abusing my mom. My brothers hid in their rooms while I yelled and screamed at my dad to stop. My mom eventually called the cops. I can still see those flashing red and blue lights, as clear as when I was first standing there, watching my dad being taken away. Within the next year, my parents were divorced. I was angry at God for a long time. How could this happen to me? Why did everything have to change? I may have only been in third grade, but I already felt as if God abandoned me. Little did I know he had a purpose. Over the next few years, I spent my time going between my mom and dad's side of the family. Christmas here, Thanksgiving there. I had to break up fights more often than I care to remember. Occasionally I had to call the police. I still didn't know what God's purpose was for me. It got better over time. I moved on from elementary to middle school, where I started to heal, and then on to high school. At this point, I was still missing something. I was decent at sports, but there was always a hole inside me. What was God planning for me? I asked this question often, never feeling like I was going to get a reply. Then, just when I was going well, the fall of 2015 came. I had put in lots of work over the summer to prepare for football, and I was looking forward to a successful season. God, on the other hand, once again had a different idea. After playing for 2 games on a fairly painful right shoulder, I saw a doctor. I was optimistic at first. Perhaps a few weeks of therapy, and then I would be back to the sport I love. When I needed an MRI, I got worried and angry at God again. I got the MRI, still hoping for the best as I sat in that large metal tube. The next visit to the doctor was perhaps more painful than anything yet. 3 words came out of his mouth, and I didn't hear anything else. You need surgery. At this point, I was at my last straw with God. Would he really take away the one thing that got me through my parents' divorce? His plan for me seemed like a rotten one. The surgery went fine, but it took longer than normal. Therapy was long and painful, but I got through it. I still did not know God's purpose for me. I believe this was it. Surgery was the bottom, and now I'd have an uphill journey. I was wrong again. On a Friday night, like any other, God had one more obstacle. I was playing bowling on the Wii with my mom, and all of a sudden she sat down and had pain in her arm. I knew what it meant, but I refused to believe it, or a heart attack. Suddenly, God gave me a miracle. My aunt was on her way to her house for no other reason than to chat with my mom, something she had never done before. She rushed my mom to the hospital and spent all night with her. The following day, I went up to see her. I'd never seen my mom so fragile. She was always my rock. No matter what was going on, she never lost her faith, something I wish I could have inherited. I asked her why God gave us so many obstacles. She said, to show us what's important. Suddenly it hit me. God's plan was not to harm me, it was to use me. To share my story. I often don't share any of my story, for fear it is a blemish I should be ashamed of. God proved I was wrong and moved me to speak in front of all of you. To hopefully help someone else if they're struggling with something similar to what I was going through. To say that no matter what happens in life, the plan God has for us is greater than we can comprehend. Share your pain and sorrows. Don't hide them. Come to God as you are, for you are just as He wants you to be.